Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name's Christine, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the Crafter's Workshop Hot Foil Gel. So first I'm going to show you some things I made, and then I'll show you how to use the gel, and then we will foil it. So I have used Crafter's Workshop stencils in all of these samples, and in the description below I will put the names and links to all the stencils. I don't know them all off by heart, so I'm not going to name them as I go. But anyway, I've also used Deco foil foils for all of these samples. So this foil here, I don't know if you can see, but it has like little stars or that in it. Do you notice in the pink here there's like little stars? This is some of the Gina foil. They're her fancy foils or something they're called. And so some of them have like little patterns within the foils, which is really cool. Here's another one of her foils. This again has little stars, if you can see. But the thing too is there's so many colored foils. So here I chose pink on this background, whereas here a lot of my background is blue, so I did blue. And so by the different foil you choose can really change the look of your project. Here I use gold, which is one of my favorites. I use gold a lot, and I'm always running out of gold foil. But this next one is, I think, so cool. The background was almost velvety, and just that gold on top, I think, looks super cool. And the difference too between using like a floral pattern all over or just like some of these other, this is a Rebecca Meyer stencil that I really like. So by choosing your stencils and your foils on the different backgrounds, you can create some really cool looks. But it doesn't just have to sort of be like hard backgrounds. So back in May, Tim Holtz did a video with Heidi Swap on the mink, and so he was doing ephemera, and I hadn't even thought about foiling ephemera. So this is with the paste. Now I find some of these, like this one, it's a little bit too much. I would have used a different stencil. I think it covers the ephemera too much, but this one here is really cool. And then that. And so it's another cool way to change up. This is what the ephemera looks like before, and then adding foil. Or I just like how I put this down here. And again, some of these have like, this is a darker foil versus a gold foil. So there's different color foils in here on the different things. So by choosing your stencils and your foils, but really anything made out of paper is fair game, right? So see what else you have that you can foil. And the one other thing I did was I have sheets that when I'm painting and stuff, I just paint on and I stamp on and do whatever. And so I was using these when I was putting the pastes on. So they were getting like bits there, and then I came back in and put some more foil, and then over here it's just a little bit. And so I decided to foil the sheets, and eventually I'll just cut these up for different things. But by having the foiling on there is super cool as well. And then this one, I used pieces of foil. So I had like a bit of gold, I had a bit of pink. And you see like there's different, some brown. So instead of just putting, I used all my scraps of foil to cover the sheet. And then I like down here, the little bits there. I think it also picked up some of the paint. If the paint is thicker, it picked it up, as well as the texture paste. So as I said, if it's paper, throw it in, try foiling it. You never know what you're gonna get. So I have this background here. It's very tie-dye rainbow. So I thought I'd use, this is a 5x7 card, so I wanted to use a stencil that would be big enough to cover my card versus the 6x6. So you can see inside there, it's quite firm, like it holds its shape, but it's not too thick like some of the other ones. All texture paste seem to be a little different. And so you just use it like you do every other texture paste that I have showed you. You just put some on and then put it through. Now it's up to you too. You can do this whole thing if you want, like I'm going to have a nice solid flower image, then you want to make sure that the whole thing gets covered. But with some of those more textured stencils, you might skip around a bit. You don't want it all covered. You may just be like, I want a bit over here, a bit over there, and just add some foiling just to little bits of your project. So it all depends what you're going for. For this one, I'm going to cover the whole thing, and this foiling image here is going to be my focal point on this project. So of course I had to pick something nice and big that takes me a while to foil, but I'll be done soon. Now once this is covered, you want to put it aside and you want it to dry clear before it's time to use it. You do not use this until it is clear. So you can see there's a little bit of red there. That's being picked up because this was a water-based medium underneath, and so I'm picking up that red. It won't affect your foiling though, so you shouldn't really worry about it. Okay, that's good enough. Now with texture pastes in my stencils, I do like to clean them. You want to just wipe your palette knife off so it's nice and clean, otherwise it will stick to that. And there you can see the white on the card. So I have something I'm going to put my stencil in just to get the texture paste off of it. In the kitchen I have just water. So, and then I'm going to put this aside, and I'm not going to do this one today. I'll have it to do later in the day. Put it aside. And then this is what I said is how I have all these bits on this paper. Oh, and on my table. That will dry too, and then as I create on here later on, I can foil it and add some more in that, and you get some foil onto the sheet. So I'll put that aside for now. However, I do have some ready to go to show you for foiling. So here's one. Now it's clear. Can you see the glossiness? It's picking it up. Well, it'll all be revealed. This whole thing has the paste on it, and that's what I mean. You want it dry clear. I can see it and I can feel it, but it's no longer white. This is one of that foil. Can you see now that it's the full sheet that there's stars and texture? It's one of the Gina K foils. So what I do is I use a parchment sheet, but I also like to just put a piece of cardstock in it, and it just gives me extra thickness so things aren't flopping all over the place. So then you put your card in, and you always do it for color side up, because it's being released from the sheet. Going to bring in, I have a Royal Sovereign laminator. That's what I use. I have it powered on to 5 millimeters. And then I'm just going to push it through. This one is it's like 8.5 inches wide. When I did those papers, I did them this way in, like the 11. So it's not 8.5 inches wide. It's like 11 inches wide. And I did my papers 11 inches in. So, well, it's going through. I can just show you. So see, I could fit an 11-inch paper through there. So you just let it go through. You can't rush it. It feeds itself in. And you just wait. So then what I also did, so here is some ephemera. Now the reason why this time it's that pink is because I was putting it on something that again was water-based, and it picked up the color, but I thought that way it was easier for you to see ahead of time where the paste was. Now you can see it's very thin up here. and then thick down there. So it'll be interesting to see, will the foil catch it up here? Will it just be down there? So this is what we'll foil next. Okay, so the first thing is done. Let's peel it off. Now my projects keep sticking, and that won't happen to you. It happened to me because, as I showed you, I was doing them all on the same sheet, and the bottom part, oh, this one was really bad. The bottom of my cards got texture paste all over them, and that is why they are sticking. It has nothing to do with foiling, but I had texture paste all there, and that's what's sticking to my paper. So we'll reveal that one in a minute. I want to get this one started. So, hold this for a second. So I'm going to put my 2 pieces of ephemera down. And this is sort of like a browny gold. Will they fit? Let's see. Oh, okay, I can do it because I don't have paste over here, so I'm going to just move it over so they both fit. There we go. They both fit like that. So especially if you're using ephemera, the paper is really great to keep it sturdy. I'm going to just put it through there. We already saw what happened there, so you don't have to watch that anymore. We're going to come back over here and reveal. Ooh, look how pretty that is. And then, if you just pass me that parchment there, I want to just put this on white so you can actually see how it came through. This one, though, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It all sort of came through. And so that's what I mean by using different colors, like the blue on the blue, I think is so pretty. Can you see that? And that little extra like stars and texture in there too, I think adds a lot. So, and that's using, there's many different gels out there. So just today we're using the hot foil gel from the Crafters Workshop. But I know there's many, Deco foil has one too and that, so. Choose what you like. I just want to show you this one. So I'll put this aside. And our ephemera is almost through. It's just the paper coming through now. Okay. And again, I did it on that same paper, so you might want to make sure that when you're applying your texture paste, it's not underneath your project. Okay, so let's reveal. Ooh, so on this one, remember I said we had that tiny little bit. You can see here, you know, that little bit came off, and I like that little like thin bit. I like the thick bit too, but it's almost like, ooh, just these little bits of extra I think are really cool on ephemera, where sometimes the thicker ones cover up a lot. But that's cool. And then let's see this one. So that's cool. So I had the big opening in here. This was solid circle. So that's why I thought, oh, I'm going to put that design in there, and then just with these lines across, I think now my ephemera, I boosted it up a bit. So there you go. So with the hot foil gel, you can do ephemera, you can do your cards and stuff, and then don't forget to do your scrap papers as well. Lots you can do. And again, I'll put links to all the stencils and the foils down in the description. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.